Okay, so I think I more or less figured out how to remember the molecules, at least in the glycolysis pathway. So hopefully this is at least a little bit helpful. Okay, so obviously you start out with glucose, and then the next molecule, you take glucose again, so you copy that from the line above, and then you add 6p. Then you want to add another 6p on the next line down, but it's going to change to fructose. And then you're gonna copy down fructose and 6p, and then add a 1 in. So then you go fructose 1, 6, and then remember, oh, the p's are phosphate, so this is glucose 6-phosphate, fructose 6-phosphate. This one's fructose 1,6 bisphosphate because bis means 2. And then this is the one that's going to get split in half. And so it gets split in half into 2 molecules, which are kind of weird, but the way that I remember them is you have 1 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and then the other one is dihydroxyacetone, which then gets converted over there to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So the way that I remember this for dihydroxyacetone, I think of 2 wet nails. So di means 2, hydroxy, I know it doesn't exactly work, but it's kind of like water almost. And then acetone is nail polish remover, so I think of 2 wet nails. And then for the other one, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, I think of evil soap. So glycerol can be used to make soap. So you have glyceraldehyde, and then Hyde is like from Jekyll and Hyde. He was the evil guy. So I remember it, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate for that. And the next part, I think, might be the easiest part of the entire glycolysis pathway. Literally, you write down phosphoglycerate 5 times. So here are the 3 compounds. And then all you have to remember is 1, 3, 3, and 2. So I remember 1, 3 is kind of like the 1, 6, except you have a 3 now, so it's 1, 3. And then 3, you get rid of the 1. And then I remember the 2 because 3 minus 1 is 2. It's kind of silly, but that's how I remember. So those are the 3 compounds, and then for the other 2 of the 5 phosphoglycerates, you add another phosphoglycerate here and here for the enzymes. And then you have kinase and mutase, and the way I remember which one goes where is K comes in the alphabet before M does, so kinase comes first. Okay. So for these ones, literally you just do phosphoglycerate 5 times. And then you just add the little bits at the end. So 1, 3, 3, 2, kinase, and mutase. The last 2 compounds here, we have our phosphoenol pyruvate and pyruvate. Okay, so for enzymes for these, this tells me what it is. So enolase. From the phosphoenol pyruvate. And then you want pyruvate kinase. So you want pyruvate kinase to change phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate. And then, I'll add this in here, even though I'm running out of room. Pyruvate dehydrogenase turns pyruvate into acetyl-CoA. And the way I remember this one is it's kind of opposite from what we have up here. So we have kinase to mutase, and then we have, as far as the alphabet's concerned, and then it goes backwards to kinase to dehydrogenase. I don't know if that helps. Okay, so back up here, I'll do the easiest ones first. So dihydroxyacetone to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, that's triose. And I remember it, well, it's triose phosphate isomerase. Okay, so I remember this because now these are 3 carbon compounds, thus the triose, and then you're going from one molecule to another molecule, and they're still staying 3, so that's how I remember the isomerase. And then these are aldose. Aldose does the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, so aldose triose. It's kind of easy to remember. The full name for this one, the aldose, is fructose 1,6-bisphosphate aldose, I think. Actually, I'm probably wrong on that. Okay, so it's actually fructose bisphosphate aldose. And then, like backtracking up to the top, you have hexose, or hexokinase. And actually, kind of the way I remember the ones at the beginning are HICA. So you have hexokinase, and then isomerase, kinase, and then aldose. So you know this one's a kinase. This is, oh wait, sorry, isomerase. And then kinase. I suppose it could be Kika or HICA, whichever. I always remember hexokinase, so that one's kind of easy for me. But so to go from glucose to fructose, you need an isomerase, and it's phosphoglucose isomerase. And then to go from 2 different things in fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, you go phosphofructokinase. So once you have these parts, it's really easy. It's just glucose, phosphoglucose and phosphofructose. I'm just gonna abbreviate. Phosphoglucose and phosphofructose. And that's it. Except for glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to phosphoglycerate. That one I don't remember. Oh, actually that one's also really easy. So this one is just glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. So I'm gonna add a D. HICAD. Okay, and then, so that's a dehydrogenase. And then it's literally this word, dehydrogenase. And then you're all set. So really it's really not that bad. Theoretically, I'm saying this to make myself feel better, but but really, at least the last, it's glyceraldehyde 3P, it's glyceraldehyde 3P dehydrogenase. And then these are obviously really easy to remember. So yeah.